What is going on, everyone? Welcome to my channel. I am the BA Tutor, and on this channel, I talk all things regarding the world of the business analyst. So if you guys do enjoy these videos, please make sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below, and that helps out the channel a lot. So in today's video, as you can tell, we're talking about a question, which is, do you have to be technical to be a business analyst? Now, I get this question a lot. All right, a lot of people ask me this question, and here's the thing, okay? What does being technical even mean? Essentially, how good do you have to be with software, with applications, with things like that? And really, the question I like to ask back is, how technical are we speaking here? Because the role itself comes with a certain level of assumed technicality that you do need. But if we're talking about, do you need to be somebody that knows full-on code, which I'll get to in a second here? Probably not. So to me, it really depends on what you mean by technical. So let's dive a little deeper into this. All right, so as I mentioned, what do we mean by technical? How technical are we talking here? So as a baseline, like this is the absolute minimum. You absolutely have to know, all sorts of Microsoft applications. So we're talking about Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, etc. All of these Microsoft applications, not only do you have to be able to know them and use them, but I believe you have to be proficient in them. So this one, you absolutely need to. But again, this is not considered technical for a lot of folks because a lot of folks know this stuff. That's why I always say, how technical are we talking here? So as a baseline, you absolutely need to be able to utilize all of these. And these will be things that you will use on a daily basis. Like, for instance, checking emails, that's usually through Microsoft Outlook. And then you can prepare presentations on Microsoft PowerPoint. You can go ahead and run formulas and create spreadsheets on Microsoft Excel. You get the point. You have to not only know them, but be proficient in these. Now, let's maybe take it a step further, right? And say, okay, that's Microsoft applications. What about other applications, right? Because as a business analyst, there's going to be applications that are there for me to be able to document my requirements, write user stories. Now, sometimes, again, you can document your requirements in Microsoft Word, for instance. But there are other applications like Jira, like TFS, otherwise known as Azure DevOps. Like, these are different applications that a business analyst will use in order to do their job. So this is another layer of technicality that you could potentially need to know. Okay, so this one is a must. This one is also very important. Some company uses other applications, but those you can be trained on. But just to have a working knowledge here, I would say that's fairly important. Okay, let's take it a step deeper. Okay, do you have to be able to know how to run queries, right? RIES, let me make sure I get that right. So this could be maybe SQL queries in these applications. So this is, again, getting a little bit more technical, all right? Not every role as a BA, you'll have to run queries. Maybe you don't have to do it at all, but some roles you might have to. All right, some roles a little bit more data focused, data driven, and this might be something that's necessary. Again, this is getting more and more technical. And now, as we take it even deeper than that, here's where we kind of get into, what most people would say, okay, this is getting really technical here. We're talking about coding, right? We're talking about languages. We're talking about Java. We're talking about Python. We're talking about these types of coding languages and just flat out knowing this. So what I would say is, there's layers of there's layers of technicality here. And when people ask, how technical do you have to be as a BA? I would say you absolutely need to know Microsoft applications. I think this is something that you definitely need, okay? The baseline. I would say even other applications like Jira and TFS, it might not be a must, but I do think you can maybe, benefit from knowing that. Well, you can benefit from knowing all these, but it does help. And queries, running SQL queries and coding, this is not a must. You don't need to be able to do these things to be able to become and be a business analyst. They certainly help. If you know what the coders are doing, they'll make your job writing the requirements a lot easier, but you don't need to know this, all right? So as a baseline, I would probably say you kind of want to be, at least proficient in this. And then this is stuff that you can maybe learn and train on the job as you get better and better at it. So yes, to answer the question, you do have to be technical to be a BA, but how technical is really the better question, all right? Because you do have to have a baseline of technicality, but do you have to know coding languages? You don't, all right? You don't have to get this technical. So there you have it. Hopefully that answers the question of, do you have to be technical to be a business analyst? If you guys are interested in becoming a business analyst, I do have courses. The links are down below. I've got a high-level business analyst course and a much more detailed one. You guys are going to want to check those out. Please make sure to let me know if it helps. As always, thanks for watching.